Hi, I'm Lynn. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm cooking again for the Cumberland Library, and today I'm making a one-pot dinner. It's a one-pot chicken, white bean, spinach, feta, and sun-dried tomato dish. Call it what you want, that's what it is. And it's pretty quick. It's got a few ingredients, which I will tell you about in a second, but it's one pan, easy cleanup. So let's get started. Let me tell you what you need. Also, you can make this a vegetarian recipe or put pork or whatever. I'm putting chicken in it. So I've got chicken over here behind me. It's just one chicken breast cut up, kind of bite-sized pieces. Again, don't put it in if you don't want it. You need onion. I'm using red onion. You don't have to, you can use regular onion. I got garlic, salt, pepper, olive oil. I've got my sun-dried tomatoes, julienne cut. If you buy them like halves or whatever, you can cut them up. You should cut them up. I got feta cheese. You can substitute a different kind of cheese, or goat cheese would be really good. I love goat cheese. I've got some, my favorite, basil. It's the best. Orzo. You could use rice if you wanted. Chicken broth. I've got chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans. You can use white beans, kidney beans, I guess, but I like garbanzo beans, chickpeas, whatever you want to call them. I like them. Lemon and oregano, spinach, and I dropped my oregano. What else? I think that's it. I think I got everything. The ingredients will be listed with this video. So to get started, I'm going to cut up my onion and cut up my garlic and get that going. I'm probably going to pause a couple of times because nobody needs to watch onions sweat. So I'm just going to cut the onion up real quick. Get that going. Take the, it's already got the, I'm going to take this outer thing off. Just because it's been in the fridge, and let's give it a fresh layer. So when I cut my onion, I go this way. I want to cut it kind of small. Then I go this way. You can see, I'm hoping you can see. Just make some lines, and then, whoop, slippery. I'm probably going to get teary-eyed from this onion, as I usually do. Now, as with lots of recipes, you can double this. You can make it, I mean, it's a little hard if your pan is not big enough, but this is good for probably 4 people. And this is probably too much onion, but we'll see when we get into the pan. Eyeball it. My computer's telling me attention required. Well, you know what? Go away. Okay. Some olive oil in the pan. I'm using a non-stick pan. Preferable. Get that heated up. And let it get a little hot because you don't want to have the onions just soak up the oil. Let it get hot. Doesn't need to be super high. I gotta tell you, it is spring on the calendar, but it's freezing outside. It's so windy. I mean, the hair, just forget it. It's just, yeah, it does not feel like spring. So we're not quite ready for grilling and all that kind of good stuff outside, but still making it. I actually prefer fall and winter cooking, as though I love summer, but I really like, I like casseroles and one-pot dinners, and I do like grilling, but I get a little tired of it after a while. I don't know. And I'm not that great at it. I'm okay at it, but it's not my thing per se. Let me get my little food mover here. Get that in there. So there's a little sizzle going, so that means the oil heated up pretty nicely. I think that's like too much maybe, but that's all right. Red onion, it's probably not quite as strong as some of the other onions. You need shallots if you want a milder onion taste. So we're going to get that kind of sweating. And in order for that to do that, we're going to throw some salt in there. We're not trying to get color on the onions, we're just trying to sweat them down, get them a little bit translucent and soft. We're going to throw a couple garlic cloves in there, so I'm going to chop that up while that's going. I never put my garlic in at the same time because garlic burns, it gets bitter, and it doesn't taste good. So give that a smash. You can leave the garlic out if you don't like it. This is how I like to cut my garlic. I give it a smash, and then I hope you can see what I'm doing. And I peel the skin or paper or whatever the heck that is off. I'm sure there's a fancy name for it. And I mean, I could use, you can use a garlic press or whatever if you have one to cut, cut corners, make it a little easier. But I don't mind chopping garlic. I don't like that little nubbin on the end there. Get rid of that. You can put more if you want. You want to make it real garlicky, go right ahead. Onions are working away in the pan. And just keep running over it until it's the size you want it. I don't really think you want anybody to get a big mouthful of garlic, whatever this is. So just keep running over it with your knife until you're happy with it. You could use a rasp and get it, really, really, really super fine, almost like a liquidy paste kind of thing, but this is fine. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to wait, actually. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to let that go a little bit longer, but I'm not going to make you stare at it, so I'll come back in 1 minute and we will keep going. Alright, I'm back, and my onions are nicely sweated and a little soft and translucent. And so now I'm going to throw my garlic in. Put that all in there. I actually turn this off because I wanted the pan to cool down a little. I don't want to burn my garlic. Now I can put it back up a little bit. And garlic is sticky, so I'll rinse my hands. Alright. So that's just going to get fragrant for 30 seconds or a minute, and then I'm going to throw my orzo in to toast it. Before I get the liquid in, I'm going to toast the orzo. I'm going to use a cup, maybe a little bit less than a cup. I don't want the orzo to overwhelm the dish and just be a pot of orzo, pile of orzo. So I'm going to throw that in. Doesn't look like much, but it's going to get bigger as it absorbs the liquid. So turn that up a bit so that can get toasty. Toss that around just for a minute or so. Come on, turn it up. Okay. Now, once that's a little bit toasty, we're going to keep adding, keep going, and while one thing is doing its thing, you can be putting other stuff away, cleaning up as you go. One of the other good things about one-pot meals. Just let that get maybe a little bit of color on it, a little toasty. Adds to the flavor of the orzo. You could throw it in with the liquid right away and just it'd be fine, but just adds a little bit of extra flavor. And we think we're just about there. I'm going to throw in, so I've got my can of chickpeas. I rinsed them. You always want to rinse them. I'm going to throw those in. Whoa. that around. That's a lot of beans. You can put less. You don't want that much. You can really smell the garlic. Okay, now I'm going to put some liquid. I hate these things. There we go. Got it. I think I got it. You're not high enough. What the heck? Nope. Alright. Take a break. Okay, I got it open. Alright. You people that make these, fix this top. It's not right. You can't. No. I'm going to put a cup and half-ish. And let that come to a boil. Turn that up. And then when it's boiling, where's my thing? Let's move that around a bit. I need to turn that up now. The orzo is going to start absorbing all that liquid, and it comes to a boil. Let it go for a little bit, and then we're going to add lemon juice, and well, I'm going to put the oregano in now. Actually, put a teaspoon. Put that in there. That was probably half. A little more. And we're going to get some lemon juice down in there. Okay. Lemon. If you want it real lemony, you can put the zest in too. If you like lemon. Boiling real good. Get out my handy juicer. Love this thing. Get so much more juice out of your lemon if you use this. Takes a little muscle. Takes a lot of muscle. Get rid of that little nubbin that's in the way. Sometimes you get a lemon, it's so super juicy, and sometimes not so much. There we go. I like it lemony. I'm going to do the whole lemon. Right in. There we go. Nice thing about this is it catches the seeds and you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so we're going to let that go for a little. Actually, I forgot my chicken. So I'm going to saute. Stupid. This is meant to be a vegetarian dish, full disclosure. So sometimes I don't put chicken in it and I forgot the chicken. So I'm going to saute the chicken separately. And actually, the last time I made this recipe, I used rotisserie chicken. So, all right, that's what I'm going to do. What is going on? Must be the weather. There's always a way to fix it. Always, always. I'm going to salt and pepper. I know there was something missing. Because it was behind me and it wasn't right in front of my eyeballs. We'll get that. You would never want to put the raw chicken in there now. It should have been sauteed before the orzo, so with the onion and the garlic. So don't be like me, do it right. If you want. This is going to start soaking up. This is home cooking, and I'm not a professional. Separate it. Just let it go. Alright, I'm going to pause because nobody needs to watch that for 10 minutes. Alrighty, crisis averted. The chicken is cooked, and I'm going to add it in a minute. There's always a way to fix it. I should probably just call this show How to Fix Your Mistakes in the Kitchen. Anyway, My orzo is soaking up the liquid very nicely. And if it's soaking up the liquid before the orzo is really soft, just add a little bit more chicken stock. You can use vegetable stock if you prefer. That is going well. So now I'm going to get my spinach in. And I'm just kind of going to eyeball it. Put more than you think because spinach will wilt down to practically nothing. And give that a stir and toss that around. I'm going to throw a little liquid on top of it. And give it a stir. Amazing how fast the spinach will wilt down and jump out of the pan. My stove always looks atrocious when I'm done cooking. I'm not the neatest cook. If it tastes good, nobody needs to know. Alright, that looks like a good ratio of spinach. So now I am going to dump my chicken in there. Put that pan aside. And give that a toss. So we're almost finished. I'm going to throw my sun-dried tomatoes in. Now if you don't like these, you don't have to, but I suggest you give it a try because they're so good. You don't need to cook them, they're just going to warm through. And actually, I'm going to put more. So you don't want to dump them in because they have oil, so you want to just pull them out. That should be good. A little extra, because I love them. Look at that. I mean, I don't know if you can see how pretty that looks. The green and the red. Orzo's just about cooked through. I'm going to let that cook a little bit longer, and then I'm going to taste it for seasoning. See if it needs more salt. You can put some pepper in there. I seasoned the chicken before I cooked it. Let's see. I can't throw my feta in yet, and I don't want to throw my basil in yet. I'm just going to let it cook down a little bit longer, and we will be right back. Okay, I just tasted it and tested the orzo to make sure it was cooked through, and it is. And the broth is getting absorbed nicely. It's nice and creamy. So, but it does need salt, so I'm going to toss in a little more salt. And toss it around. Get all that goodness from the sides. And let that salt absorb into the ingredients and do its thing. And then, so I wouldn't garnish it with the basil and the feta here. I would do that on the bowl. So when you serve it in each bowl or plate or whatever you're going to do, you're going to want to garnish it that way. So that's what we're going to do now. And then I'm going to taste it and hopefully not burn my mouth. Put it in a bowl. And just a little, because I'm going to eat with my husband in a little while. But I have to taste it. And just a little taste. I'm going to put some basil. I just gave it a little chiffonade. And I'm going to crumble some feta. Again, if you don't like it, put whatever you want. If you like funky cheese, you can use a blue cheese. Just get my hand clean here. Get a clean fork. I've used like 10 already. And it's so pretty. I don't know if you can see the colors, but it's a yummy dish and it's a pretty dish. so good. It's comfort food. It's perfect on this cold, windy day, which is supposed to be spring. It's so good. The chewiness from the sun-dried tomatoes. I almost said roasted red peppers. I didn't get any chicken yet. I'll get some chicken in there. It's so good. All right. Enough of you watching me eat. Give this a try. Make it your own. Switch it up a little bit. Recipes like this are great for, switching up and I can't talk. Make it your own. Take the chicken out, put pork in, change the cheese, use rice, but it's a one-pot meal. It's one-pot cleanup. Don't look at the mess back here. I'm going to clean that up. Now we're going to have dinner. Enjoy. Come see us at the library. Check out all the other things we're doing and check out my other videos, and I will see you soon.